the jazz bars, and the jazz bar is becoming like the new church for me.
One of the reasons why it has been so difficult for so many, especially Black Christians, to leave the church is because, as the creator so eloquently stated, the sense of community. But the second is the actual scientific trance that the music puts us under. Now, science shows us, and neuroscientists have seen this on MRIs, that music puts our brains in states of trance. So here's the order of events. You go to church, right? There is music and there's celebration, and you feel so whole and you feel so complete. And that is actually real and actually measured. In fact, it actually produces dopamine, which is that reward neurotransmitter, the same reason why you love scrolling on social media. So your brain craves more of that dopamine, right? It's like a drug, and there's nothing wrong with that euphoria. It actually feels so good. That's why long after I left the church, gospel music was still part of my practice. And sometimes it is, if it doesn't tear me down or tell me I'm a sinner too much. But the reason why it feels so good is because it literally puts your brain in a state of trance. So then what happens after that is the preacher goes up to speak and talks about the Bible and talks about the indoctrination. But here's the problem. Since the beginning of the introduction of Christianity by our ancestors' slave masters, they were able to entrance our ancestors because of the music. So you give the music, you put us in a trance-like brain state, then you give us the indoctrination while we're feeling so good, while we're feeling so euphoric. So, unfortunately, that created and continues to create confusion and convolution because we think that the music and the indoctrination are one and the same. They or are not. This is why we're seeing more jazz bars, more sound bowl circles, more events that actually can put you in trance states and help you to feel that euphoria without the dangerous indoctrination of religion. So, this is why now I have more compassion for Christians or other religions when they are, when we're going back and forth with Christians. It's because they are literally under a trance. So I have more compassion for them because I know that they feel that, because what they feel, that euphoria, right, that hypnotic trance, that is actually real. They think that the indoctrination is real because they are literally under a spell. That's not a joke. That is actually real. However, I am thrilled because when I left Christianity 15 years ago, this was not a conversation we were having. And now we're starting to see that the trance is being broken, and we're seeing that joy, that tranquility, that peace, right? That internal euphoria and connection with whatever you believe your higher power can be or is, can be achieved without the indoctrination of Christianity and other religions.